Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video. Today we're looking at Until We Die, which is a pixel art style base builder survival game. You basically play as a select number of characters and you have to build your base and try and survive against the alien invasion. It's an interesting concept. The game so far is pretty chill, but I can see how it can get quite dicey. There are three difficulty settings, namely normal, hard, and nightmare. And the idea is that you've got a day and night cycle. During night you have to stay safe and not get attacked, and during the day you basically build and expand your base, being able to get more and more followers as each time comes by. But the more followers you get, the more food is required to go back. You've got to pay the ferryman essentially. I have enjoyed my time with this game so far. The concept is a pretty simple one. If you've played base building survival games, then it will be very familiar to you. You can make your followers or your units change however you like, depending on what stations you've got available to you. And each station and each different unit type have different skills and abilities that you can utilize to, again, further your rummaging skills. I really like this. I like how chill it is on normal. I can only imagine how chaotic it can be when you go to harder settings. Speaking of settings, there's not really a lot to discuss. You've got your keyboard. You really don't need your mouse at all. And you basically just go through and you can do each thing. There are tooltips, which is nice. So it pops up and tells you which button you need to press. Settings wise, not a whole lot, but it's pixel art style. There's not a huge amount that you need. You do have this, which is nice. So you've got AZT. Now I only learned about the AZT style keyboard a while ago, very recently on stream actually. So I didn't even know this existed. So the fact that they have this is really nice for those of you that don't have the QWERTY keyboard. Also they've got Twitch integration, which leads me to believe that there is a whole manner of chaos that can come from this game that I'm quite interested in. You got your FPS lock, you got your resolution, you got the type of screen that you want, your volumes as well. So not a huge amount of options, but the options that are there are very, very nice. So let's jump into the game and see what it's all about, shall we? Okay, here we are. So I've had to start a new game because it doesn't have like a main menu, if you like. It just takes you directly and loads you back into the game that you were playing. So the idea is that you've got to rummage around, you've got to get scrap in order to pay him, right? So as you can see here, it tells you which tab you need to pay. You've got to pay him in order so that he can fix his car. After that, he will then be essentially just asking you for food. So you basically go up to an item or a group of things and you farm. You rummage. Now, different items or different things on the ground require different unit types in order for them to work. Which is really interesting, and I like the idea that they've got that. So here we're gonna try and farm, and as you can tell, it tells you what unit you need, which I think is really, really quite useful. Now the thing I've got to do is I've got to build the generator up. So I've got some scrap here that I can use. We build that up and then I can start making walls and fences and stuff. There you go. Right. So you got to summon each person. And if you leave them alone too long, they will leave you. So you summon each person and they start building. I really like the build animations, but it would be nice if there was a speed up button. Especially since you're on a day-night cycle, being able to summon them a bit quicker would be really nice. Cool. Right, now we can start setting up camp. Which means basically here is, you see here, there's signs that tell you what it is you're about to make, right? So you build your wall. Once you've built your wall, you can then start building the different items and things that you need to progress your base, which is really kind of cool. But me being the scavenging fool that I am, we're gonna scavenge as many of the scrap metal as possible in order so we can progress as quickly as possible. Like I say, the speed of the animations could maybe be sped up a little bit, but then I guess it kind of takes away the urgency, if you like, of trying to get everything done before nightfall. Now, you do have a weapon, and the main character that I've chosen here has an ability that every 5th bullet explodes, so it deals more damage, which is kind of cool. And I'm okay with that. That's pretty dope. You do have a sprint button as well, but you have a limited amount of stamina, so depending on what happens and the way it happens, you can get in some trouble if you're not careful. But yeah, so we've got our little thing, and then we've got enough scraps, so we're gonna sit and build the unit which allows us to get the digger mode, which means that we can then dig harsher environments in order to progress. And that's basically the game. That is basically the game. Trying to not get my man killed as more people arrive. So yeah, that's the game. You got the big beasties that come out. I don't know if there's more enemy types. I haven't seen more than these enemy types that are dead on the grill on the ground here. But it's nice that there are enemies there that gives you that urgency. It's not a bad little game, to be honest. It's pretty cool. Like, I like the animations. I like the way that you can change between the units that you want to change between, and you can essentially make them how you want to make them, and I think that's really cool. So there you go. This is Until We Die. I'm assuming that you just keep going until all your units dead, and then you start again. If not, there will be missions that you can complete, and then you can carry on through the story. But so far, I do really like it. I think it's really cool. It's an interesting idea and an interesting way of doing it. It's quite slow paced, so if you're not after anything too strenuous, pretty chill, that is an option. But overall, it's not a bad little game. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. It does auto-save on each day as well, which is kind of cool. So every time you go for a 24-hour period, you will save the game, so you can just, again, continue from where you left off, which is kind of doody. And you can restart the game at any time and start from the beginning again, which is also kind of cool. But yeah. There you are, guys. That is my first impressions. So far, pretty good. Let me know in the comments down below if you like the video or not. And I will see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao, ciao.